Hey, what's up everyone? Sam here. So I literally have just got back from a gym session and I was talking to a few of the guys who are in this community WhatsApp chat that we have for kind of accountability when it comes to like fitness and getting shredded and all that kind of stuff. And there's a couple of guys in there who are fairly new on their journey when it comes to getting in amazing shape. They're in a fairly similar situation to me where they've got young kids and they've already discovered their why. They know why they want to do this. They know why they want to be in better shape, because they want to feel better, they want to look better. But ultimately, a lot of us, especially in our 30s, are in a position where we want to do this for our kids. We want to be feeling fit. We want energy. We don't want to be like useless and, overweight and slow when they're getting older and they're teenagers. I want to be able to keep up with my son. I want to be in a fighting fit position. And I discovered something recently in a book that repeated itself again. I kind of realized this maybe like a year ago, I think, when I discovered that I was attacking the fitness and the weight loss thing wrong. This could be the thing that completely changes the game for you, because that's exactly what it did for me. So I was training with my friend Simon yesterday, and I said to him that I had read this statement in the book about the difference between finite and infinite games. So this goes for all areas of life. So you've got finite games where they have clearly visible outcomes, right? So you could look at a game of chess as a finite game. There's a set number of players. There's, set moves that you do or rules to the game. And there is quite clearly a winner and a loser. And then you have infinite games. Now, infinite games are constantly changing, constantly moving. There could be any number of players. There could be any rules could come in and out all the time. And essentially, the idea of an infinite game is it's last man standing. The idea is just to keep playing the game. So I discovered this through Alex Hormozi on a business sense, right? When I sort of like always had these goals in business of like, I want to get my business to hit £5 million this year. And then you hit it and you have this level of sort of dissatisfaction after that, and you set the next goal and you go again. And he describes business as being an infinite game. It never ends. It's how long can you keep playing the game of business? That's the fun, right? Then you start to live for the journey, not for, an end goal. And that's when generally you see your best results. So I found this in fitness, health, weight loss, everything. Treating fitness and your health as a lifestyle is the difference between you treating it as a finite game, a game where like, I want to get to this weight and then I'll be happy, to shifting your mindset to weight loss, fitness, health, whatever you call it. It's infinite. You are constantly for the rest of your life trying to do the best you can for yourself, to be in the best shape, to eat well, to lift, to do cardio, to look after yourself inside and outside, to make sure that you have a really good life. You can't forget that, all right, there might be some other reasons we do this, like aesthetically, like I know for me, I want to look good. But outside of that, you've got to remember the core reason as to why we're doing this, which is to support having an amazing life, having like energy and time and passion. And for me, I certainly found losing a lot of weight and getting in better shape changed me emotionally and mentally so much. I become such a stable person compared to what I was before, because I didn't have these ups and downs of like waking up and getting dressed and feeling like I look like crap in my clothes. I'm just so much more of a level person now. And anyway, I was chatting to these guys in the chat, and they've been through their ups and downs, and they've lost weight and they've put weight back on. And I was like, guys, the thing you've got to get your head around is what clicked for me like 18 months ago. This never ends. It's an infinite game. Being healthy and being in shape is something we're going to be battling for the rest of our lives. And when you fall off the wagon and you go out and you overindulge and you maybe have a few too many beers, the worst thing people do is then beat themselves up for it like they've done something wrong. It's your life. It's literally your life. You can do whatever the hell you want. The important bit is to realize the next day when you wake up, don't continue down that spiral. Don't then beat yourself up and then you think, well, I wrecked Saturday, so what's the point in caring today? I'll just eat whatever today and I'll start again Monday. that whole mindset is so conducive to treating it like a crash diet. Like, I've got a goal, I've got to focus, this is where I'm going. I'm not saying it's a bad idea to have a goal. I always have a goal, but I understand that that goal is ever changing. And when I get there, I'm going to set a new one. When you treat it as an infinite game, the game of health and fitness and weight loss is just to be in the game and be making progress. You sort of have this release of like, you don't beat yourself up when you have these sort of nights off, or you maybe go on holiday and you enjoy yourself for a week. You know, no one wants to be scrimping and saving on their calories when they're at an all-inclusive resort. You've got to give yourself some grace, give yourself some time to just embrace what it actually means to be working towards a better version of yourself. You cannot complete yourself. You can't complete it. You're not going to max out all your stats and just complete life and just walk off the earth. So that's been a massive thing for me. And I think unlocking that in your head is a huge game changer, because what I found is now when I do go out and I have a good time, and you know, what I might have called a few years ago a slip up, or I had a cheat meal or a cheat day or whatever. I just don't say that anymore. I had a good night. And guess what? Like, over time, by doing that, you're not negatively reinforcing those actions. So I used to do that, where I would feel like I would go out, I'd have a few beers, I'd have some food with mates, but I had this fitness goal in mind. And I feel so guilty. I literally would mentally beat the crap out of myself. And that is just the worst thing ever, right? Because not only is that kind of self-talk so damaging for your productivity, for your progress in anything you're trying to do, but every time you break a promise to yourself, I think it's so hard to rebuild that trust. If you can't keep a promise to yourself, internally, you really start to devalue your self-worth, which is just terrible. It's the worst path to go down. When you've gone out with your mates and you've had a burger and chips and some dessert and like a load of beers or whatever it is, you should be waking up the next day like, damn, that was a good night. That was such a good night. Like, and feel like it's filled a gap in your soul and you're ready now to just have a great week, have a healthy week. Just treat it as like, you know what? I've hit all those calories. I'm fueled up. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm full of energy. Let's hit the gym. You know what? Wake up Sunday morning, hit a gym session. You're full of calories. You need to sweat out some alcohol. It hasn't got to be this negative spiral. So yeah, infinite games, finite games. Health is not finite. You do not complete it. You are going to be fighting for this for the rest of your life, to be better, to be healthier, and just to be a greater version of yourself. So anyway, I had to jump on and share that really quickly, throw the camera up. I hope it helps one of you out there. If I can explain any of those points in better depth or answer any of your questions, just drop a comment below. I would love to be able to help. Yeah, until next time, I'll see you then.